Hey what's up guys, it's your boy Dadscap, welcome to Market Pulse, your weekly recap into the CS2 economy. Let's dive right in. The peak player count actually popped off this week, up 6.28% and topping 1.38 million players. However, the market cap just said nah and shaved off another $80 million, down 1.60% overall. Despite last week's hopium rush, and sorry for not uploading by the way XD, things have taken a turn for the worse and the indexes clearly demonstrate that. Liquids are down 3.45%, lows are down 3.33%, mids fell off 2.63%, and the high tiers just bucked the trend out of nowhere, actually outperforming the broader market by only being down 1.08%. Knives and gloves didn't do anything crazy and pretty much just followed the market cap, both dropping just over 1.5%. And while the rest of the market was panicking, agents just decided to giga chat their way through that mess, actually being up 3.7% this week. Wow! Even charmers managed to decently hold their own, only showing a very minor drop of just under 1%. And finally for the cases index, no green in sight, with more recent cases showing the worst drop of them all, losing 4.23% this week. Ouch! The market pulse this week is shaky as fuck, I ain't even gonna lie to you cuz, like mentioned earlier, while last week showed signs of a surprisingly quick recovery after the crash caused by the trade protection update, this week showed that traders are actually having a hard time coping with the new reality of the market, and prices have started slipping. But hey, as the infamous Warner Buffett once said, be greedy when others are fearful, so make sure to not miss on once-in-a-lifetime deals by installing the Skin Scanner browsing extension, link is in the description. Welcome to Case Crackdown, where we break down the happenings in the case market over the past week, and this week, 7.7 million cases were open, down over 450,000 from last week, of which 49% were active cases, 37% were purchasable, and 14% were either rare or discontinued. The number one purchasable case was, say it with me, the Fever case. With 2.44 million unboxed, it somehow grew 4.76% over the last 7 days, despite a lower total number of cases being opened. Truly gravity-defying stuff. The top active case was the Revolution case, despite its numbers crumbling. Unboxings are down 41.84%, falling off harder than Skinport sales after the trade protection update. The number one rare case was the Snakebite case, opened 158,000 times, despite being down 25% on the week. The most liquid case was the Fracture case. The GOAT is back, with 380,000 market listings and unboxings up 39%. Let's go! The case with the most potential was surprisingly an absolute OG case, that is, the Operation Vanguard case, up 8.54% this week alone, a significant divergence from its 15 and 30 days price windows, showing that this uptrend is very recent and might just be short-lived, something that cannot be said for the biggest crash out, which was the Dreams and Nightmares case, down 7.4% this week, a continuation of a trend that's been ongoing at least for the last 30 days when we look at the numbers. The nightmare will never end, mwahaha. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that goofy bell to never miss another market recap in the future. Welcome to winners and losers, starting off with winning cases, which all performed similarly well, averaging out at just about 8% this week. Not sure where the hype around the Vanguard case is coming from, but as for the Gamma and Spectrum cases, these just go to show that investors find these cases, by virtue of being rare and having Doppler knives, a good buy at the current prices. As for the losers, I for real can't see any pattern that might explain why these ones dropped so much, the Clutch being a rare case, Shrouded Web being discontinued, and Dreams and Nightmares being an active case. The only thing I can think of is that since none of these cases are considered to be fan favorites, whatever that means, these were the first ones on the chopping block for investors wanting to cash out. Moving on to play skins, the winners this week were literally all AWP skins, with the Manowar Minimal Wear showing an absolutely mind-boggling performance, up 36.5% in 1 week alone. While it's tempting to call market manipulation on this kind of price movement, all I'm gonna say is that I'm giving in to the temptation and sounding the manipulation alarm on the Manowar Minimal Wear. Sell before you can't. Similarly to the winners, the losing play skins were literally all AK skins, the hell, all losing a pretty consistent amount, averaging at just about 13%. Did Valve nerf AKs and nobody told me about it? What the hell is going on, guys? Winning knives this week are all pretty basic. The Survival Knife Crimson Wood field tested and Classic Knife Slaughter Factory New clocking in with a gain of just under 7%, and the Talon Knife Blue Steel Minimal Wear for some reason leading the pack by gaining 7.17%. Happy for you though, or sorry that happened, whichever one you want. Or I guess I should keep my sorries to Skeleton Doppler owners who got absolutely cooked this week, with the Phase 2, supposedly the best phase, down 8.5%, and the Ruby, a Doppler gem, being an actual loser and melting 11% of its value in a single week. Tough stuff, but hey, that's what you get for expecting to profit off a knife from a case that gets opened over 2 million times on a weekly basis, bozo. No offense. Gloves performed similarly to knives this week for some reason, with the biggest winner the Moto Gloves Finish Line Factory New, a 3rd gen glove, topping out at a gain of just over 8%, only 1% higher than the Talon Blue Steel, the top knife of the week, and the losers following that same mirroring pattern, with the Sport Gloves Big Game crashing out at just over 11%, the exact same percentage as the Skeleton Ruby. Coincidence? I think no! God damn, what the hell happened? Welcome to ROI Radar, where we're looking for a money printer hidden in the armory or the in-game store, starting off with the Warhammer 40k Imperium sticker capsule with an odds profit of 33%, an unboxing ROI of 92%, and an expected value of 91 cents, so 8 cents loss. The best item is the Sisters of Battle 2 at $4.40. Next up is the Halo capsule with an odds profit of 34%, an unboxing ROI of 93%, and an expected value of 92 cents, so a 7 cents loss. The best item is the Incineration Hollow at $4.68. And finally, the best capsule in the in-game store is the Enfu sticker capsule with an odds profit of 21%, an unboxing ROI of 95%, and an expected value of 94 cents, so a 5 cents loss. The best item was the Chabo at $3.72. Moving on to the armory, the 3rd best collection was the Sporting Field collection with an odds profit of 5%, an unboxing ROI of 101%, and an expected value of $1.62, so a 2 cents gain. The best item was the M41S Fade at $651. Next up was the Missing Link Charms with an odds profit of 15%, an unboxing ROI of 110%, and an expected value of $1.32, so a 12 cents gain. The best item is the Hot Howl at $65 flat. And finally, the best collection in the armory is the Character Craft Stickers collection with an odds profit of 23%, an unboxing ROI of 113%, and an expected value of 45 cents, or 5 cents gain. The best item was the Googly Eye at $17.33. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace!